I guess welcome to Breakfast at the World Cup, guys. We're gonna try to do these recaps every day, see how they work out. But guys, if you're new, this is what we're gonna try to do. You let me know if this works. I'll know by how many people watch, able to enjoy it. But our two opening matches have happened, and the co-hosts have come away with victories. Let's talk about these games really quickly here. I think if we look at the first matchup, New Zealand versus Norway. I think I saw someone say on Twitter, and it was the best way. Norway is the best first team, a team which has talent, but sometimes can be over timid and overplays or overthinks. And I think in this game, as the game progressed, New Zealand definitely looked like the better team. Carolyn Hansen for Norway definitely had moments of brilliance where she was getting the ball on the wing, but she wasn't getting fed as often. And then so because of that, it just felt as if the Norway attack was very disjointed. There wasn't much happening that looked. There were a few opportunities, especially near the end, where we had a few balls off the crossbar. But ultimately, in the 48th minute of the game, New Zealand puts away with Hannah Wilkinson, puts away a beautiful cross on the ground, puts it away 1-0. Crowd goes wild. And honestly, I think New Zealand were the better team. The Ferns were certainly the better team on the day. So that leaves New Zealand with 3 points at the top of the group in your Norway. I think it becomes an interesting question in terms of what happened to the midfield. Because as the game progressed, the midfield was just getting passed through as if it were Swiss cheese. There wasn't much defensive grit in that midfield. There wasn't anything really happening whenever they did win the ball. Unless the ball got to Hansen on the wings, it felt like most of their attacks would just end with a terrible pass going into the final third. But the Ferns have done well winning in front of the home crowd. I think they certainly did deserve this game. They certainly look like the better team, which leaves them in a very promising position moving into their next set of games. You're looking at the standings right now, they are set up top. And with games against Switzerland and the Philippines, I think New Zealand actually looks good now to get out of their group as a co host. We go to Group B. Australia versus Republic of Ireland was a very physical, feisty game. In the group I've nicknamed Group We Were in the Commonwealth, or maybe you still are. You're not. But I think what I found very interesting in this game was the big story here is Sam Kerr is out for the first two games, which opens up Group B very interestingly, especially with that next game with Canada versus Nigeria. I think both teams have to look at that and say, you can't drop point. You can get points, but you can't come out of this game with zero. Because if you get more than zero, one or three, you're still alive. And that gives you the opportunity to still be alive. But no Sam Kerr is very interesting. Republic of Ireland are definitely going to be a tough team to play in this group. Defensively, they give nothing. A very solid low block. Canadians, it sounds very familiar to you. Yes. A defensive team with talented players, but going to play with more grit and heart and have enough speed to try to maybe catch you on a counter. But 52nd minute penalty is awarded off of a player gets clipped but pushed also in the box, and ultimately the penalty is put away. Australia gets that with Stephanie Catley putting it away in the 52nd minute off of a penalty. But after that, when when the girls in green started to want to play, they really started to push and made Australia defend, and very uncomfortable as well. I mean, they put up 7 corners, primarily all in the second half, even though their possession numbers are about, 37% roughly. This team is definitely not a. This team, though they play scrappy, the girls in green, they aren't a team that is just going to play with heart and scrap. They have talent, they have ability, and they will punish you eventually if you keep on giving them chances. And as the chances were going, you saw Australia backing up and defending more. Those opportunities were definitely presented there. I do wish that the Republic of Ireland maybe had switched up the tactics a little bit earlier and started to push for more of a truly if they started to push for more of a attacking aspect as the game went on, because I feel if they did that, that would have given them more of an opportunity to really be explosive and a bit more attacking moving forward. But I'm not sure if waiting until the 80th minute to really get players moving was the right move. All in all, this is where it stands, and I'm very much curious to see what you guys think. Did you stay up or did you wake up? Or how did you watch night one of the Women's World Cup? How do you feel? And more importantly, how do you think this affects now Groups A and Groups B, especially with New Zealand now on top, and in Group B, primarily looking at the injury to Sam Kerr? You guys let me know in the comments down below. But we are in. Night one is complete. For me, day one is not even done yet. Because early morning footy and then evening footy coming with Canada versus Nigeria. It's breakfast with the world, breakfast with the cup. Guys, we'll talk a little bit later.